Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to this edition of Matters of Your Heart, a lovely Wednesday morning here, where everything I talk about because you matter. Now, my last segment was online friendships, and I had talked about three people that were close to me. Two of them I was just thinking about this morning, but they're very, very special to me. And then one was my sister. So, you meet beautiful people online, you meet people that you call family. And one of my viewers commented, I met her online and it just proves your point. And I was like, oh my gosh, online dating is a very good topic for my next segment. Thank you for the idea. So let's go into it. Online love. A lot of people are looking for love, they're looking for companionship. I mean, some of them are looking for sex. I mean, come on now. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about dating online. I'm talking about what leads up to the next step if you really like somebody. And you know what's crazy? When I think about online dating, I always say I was born in 1977. Excuse the ambulance. I am in a high traffic area in between two hospitals here on this corner. So give it a moment. Okay, hopefully nothing serious happened. Okay, excuse me. All right, back to what I was saying. I am a 77s baby. I am one of the last generations that grew up without internet. We didn't meet nobody online. Shoot, we went in the neighborhoods, rode bikes, all that stuff, met people in person. It wasn't a thing until the 90s when I first had my MySpace. Somebody set up my MySpace, and I'm like, okay, I met some people there. I met a lot of people on a lot of websites. A lot of them, the younger generation, wouldn't even know what the hell it was. So, but it's just interesting. And of course, like everything else, there's a risk. But there's a risk meeting people in person. But I'm not getting into that, okay? So what I'm basically talking about, I said in my last video, it is very important to have connections with people, especially since most of us cannot afford to travel to all these other countries. So online connections are very important. Sometimes you find love. Sometimes you meet somebody and you're like, ooh, I'm interested. You may have a long distance relationship you hadn't met for a while, or you guys were able to meet a couple times if you were close enough, or if you can afford the plane tickets, and then it's just something that clicks. It's like, you know what, I want to take a chance. I want to take a chance on what this could be. And that's really a big chance, because especially if you're moving across country for somebody, that's a lot of time, that's a lot of planning, that's a lot of money, that's a lot of risk. When you are moving, you're changing your life across the country, or even at least across a few states, for somebody that you really, really feel that you love. Man, that shit better be worth it, because if it ain't, I don't blame anybody for being mad and going a little bit loco. Like, I moved out here for 6 months and you dumped me, and I moved here to Nevada from Wisconsin. Bitch, bye. Or motherfucker, bye. Yeah, I'd be mad as hell. But I'm going to tell my story real quick, because the love of my life, this is one example of what happens when you meet somebody in line and you actually fall in love. Check it. I met him in Charlotte. He's from Charlotte, North Carolina. I had lived in Baltimore for a while. I moved from Vegas. Everybody knows my story, and I'm not going to mention the man that shall not be named. I had already mentioned him enough. I'm not giving him any more credence or attention. So the name shall not be named. I was in a very bad marriage, and I was sorting everything out, my feelings and everything, because I knew I wasn't in love with this man anymore. I was tired of all the mental and emotional abuse that he was still doing after the physical abuse stopped. So I was like, whatever. It's online. There's a online app. I don't even know if it exists anymore or how many people are on there. It's called Moco Space. Now the younger people are like, what the fuck is Moco Space? Look it up, okay? It's one of those websites that your parents had used. They probably met on there, and yeah, most likely they might have met on MySpace, but I don't know. So I met him. Long story short, for some reason, I'm going to tell this funny part. I did not see his pictures. This is an energy drink, by the way. I'm not drinking beer. So for you smart asses, no, I'm not drinking before work. Okay, so for some reason, I missed his pictures, and I was looking at his profile. So I'm thinking he is totally a different. I got in a different car. It was so funny. I got in a different car. Guy was looking at me. I was like, I'm on a blind date. I'm sorry. I thought it was you. So he's laughing his ass off. I'm laughing. I'm blushing. So that's like a memorable moment. So we get in the Jeep and we're riding around. And full disclosure, because I know most of you are, or most of you should be adults watching this. Look, I'm a cannabis connoisseur. So I rolled the very first blunt I rolled in my entire life. It was a vanilla Dutch. I was like, why this man give me? I ain't never. I told him, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try. So he's driving, I'm rolling. It was a big fat. Anyways, so we're enjoying ourselves. We're riding around and we're talking and laughing. I'm like, oh wow, I made a new friend because I'm new to Charlotte. I wanted to meet somebody, not necessarily for anything other than just knowing the town. So we drove to this lake, and my husband's going to kill me because I can never remember this lake. I'm sorry, baby. I don't remember the name of the lake, but you do. I remember what it looks like. I remember I fell in love with you at that lake. That's the most important thing of this story. And it's just, we were talking, so I looked in his eyes. You know, my husband's like 6'2". I love tall men. I love tall, stocky, big dad body men. He had this goatee. It was a lot shorter than what it was, but the goatee was cute. And all of a sudden, we're in each other's arms, and I'm looking up at him, and I'm like, I love your eyes. And he looks down at me. He's like, I love your eyes. First kiss. That was it. That was it. I went back to Las Vegas to get everything established. He wanted to be with me. You know, I gave him a choice because I moved back. I'll tell you in emails as to what the story is because I'm not going to make too long of a video. So 7 months long distance relationship. That was the longest 7 months of our entire lives. Got him out here March 3rd of 2014. And 7 months being separated. Got married 14 months later, May 4th, 2015. Had 2 children later. And here we are. Almost 8 years of being together, over 5 years of marriage. As a matter of fact, we're going to do our vow renewal ceremony August 8th, on the 8th anniversary of the day we met and fell in love. Isn't that so cool? So there's my online love story, which fortunately had a very, very, very happy ending because the other ones did not. Oh God, I can make so many videos about these knuckleheads I used to date. Ugh. Anyways, I'm in my happy ending now. So if you like, go ahead and tell your story. Make a comment here. Make a comment on my Facebook page. You know I always share. Make a comment on my Matters of Your Heart page. Let's go ahead. Let's start talking. Let's share some funny online stories. You don't even have to be married or in love with this person. Just go ahead and share. Because I like a good laugh. I like giving y'all good laughs. And thank you for tuning in to this edition of Matters of Your Heart. And remember, be kind to yourself always because you matter. Bye, everybody.